بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا اللهم زدنا علما إنك أنت عليم حكيم اللهم اجعل هذه المحاضرة حجة لنا لا حجة علينا يا رب العالمين. Amma ba'd. First, we want to thank the Masjid al-Wasatiyah, for allowing us to have a seminar here dealing with the issue of busying oneself with knowledge that is beneficial. And so, from that, this is a small introduction to what we're going to be covering, inshallah ta'ala, in this evening. Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam, he said in the authentic hadith, "Ihris ala ma yanfa'uk wasta'in billah wa la ta'jaz." Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam, he said, busy yourself with something that will benefit you. Wasta'in billah, and seek aid and assistance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa la ta'jaz. La ta'jaz, it means do not become lazy. Do not become lazy or negligent in that affair. So, before we get into the lectures, inshallah, just a reminder for myself and a reminder for the people that are listening about the beauty of knowledge of al-Islam, knowledge and actions. As it was reported on Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala anhu, wherein he said, أنه ذكر فتنا في آخر الزمان, that he mentioned that there will be some fitna during the end of the time. فَقَالَ لَهُ عُمَرْ مَتَى ذَلِكَ يَا عَلِي. So Umar, he said to Ali ibn Abi Talib, when will that be? So Ali ibn Abi Talib, he said, إِذَا تَفَقَّهَ لِغَيْرِ الدِّينِ, if a person were to learn for other than a religion, وَتَعَلَّمَ عِلْمًا لِغَيْرِ عَمَلٍ, and a person that learns knowledge not for the purpose of acting in accordance to it. وَالْتَمَسَتْ الدُّنْيَا بِعَمَلِ الْآخِرَةِ, and that a person, by him seeking knowledge, he attains the dunya for that purpose as opposed to seeking the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next life. And this was reported by Abdul Razak al-San'ani in his Musannaf, and it was authenticated by Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala. قال ابن مسعود رضي الله تعالى عنه, where he said, تعلموا فإذا علمتم فاعملوا. أخرجه الخطيب وحسنه الألباني رحمه الله تعالى. Ibn Mas'ud, he said, تعلموا, he said, learn and educate yourself. فإذا علمتم فاعملوا, and once you learn, act in accordance to that knowledge. Act in accordance to that knowledge. فاعملوا, يعني do actions. And it was also mentioned عن لقمان ابن عامر قال كان أبو درداء رضي الله تعالى عنه يقول إنما أخشى من ربي يوم القيامة أن يدعوني على رؤوس الخلائق فيقول لي يا عويمر. He said that I fear that there will be a day on Yawm al-Qiyamah when my Lord will call me, and I will be brought forth with the creation, and my Lord will call me, Ya Uwaymir. Allah will say to him, Ya Uwaymir. فَأَقُولُ لَبَيْكَ, and he said, I will answer Allah and say, I'm here, I'm present, I'm here, Allah. فَيَقُولُ مَا عَمِلْتَ وَمَا عَمِلْتَ فِيمَا عَلَمْتَ. What did you do with the knowledge that you had obtained? What did you do with the knowledge that you obtained? Brothers and sisters in al-Islam, the religion of al-Islam is very serious, especially when it comes to knowledge of the religion. Knowledge in the religion of al-Islam is something that will take us to different levels. As many of the scholars of al-Islam will mention, al-ilmu bila thamara, or al-ilmu bila amal. Al-ilmu bila amal ka-shajara bila thamara. Many of the ulama will mention that knowledge without actions is like a tree that doesn't bear any fruit. Knowledge without action is like a tree that doesn't bear any fruit. So having said that, a quick understanding who are the people here that are actually giving the lecture. Myself included, Abu Sajid and Mufti Muhammad Ibn Munir. Who are these brothers? Abu Sajid and myself, we've known each other before Islam. I knew him before I was a Muslim. We worked together when we were in high school, before Islam. He was one of the brothers that I would look at his character and mannerisms. And it was from the things that I looked at and said, SubhanAllah. I wasn't Muslim, I used to rap. And I would go to him and say, listen to some of my raps. And he would look at me and be like, okay, Akhi, you know. But he never pushed me away. Never. And by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us both to go to Mecca to study Islam. I got accepted in the Mecca Quarter first, and then I helped him with his paperwork, and he got accepted after me. When that happened, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed us to learn for years, sit with different scholars, benefit, try to aid ourselves and the people that were around us. Mufti, Muhammad Ibn Munir. I've known him for a very long time. Before I even thought about studying Islam, this brother would travel across the country giving dawah at 17 years old. 17. He was a kid. And when he would travel around the city, he would travel around Philly, he would go to Atlanta, all over the place giving dawah. And when he would give dawah, I never really knew him like that until we went overseas. When he was in Medina, we knew each other, but I never really knew him that well until we got overseas. And every time he would come to Mecca, it would be battles all day. And what I mean by battles, every time, I didn't know anything personal about the brother until years later. To the point, when I would see him, we would go to restaurants. And now I would hear Mufti's coming in town. So we'll just get our books together and get ready for war. As soon as we see him, we'll be up all night long going over issues. We say, what's the dalil? The dalil will say, well, how you understand? And we'll argue back and forth. And I knew he wasn't strong in usul. And at that time, I may have known a little bit more in usul than him. So I would try to come at him. Okay, well, you want to come in hadith? Let me give you this usul issue. And trick him up. But eventually, it got to the point that he would come back to Mecca, and he would already have that down. I said, dang. He got strong in usul, and I didn't get strong in hadith. And so this is how our relationship used to be. It was all based on knowledge, nothing personal. I didn't even know personal stuff about him, but we could sit and talk 8 hours, 9 hours, just about the Quran and the Sunnah. These are the relationships that students of knowledge build over the years. Anytime you leave your country and you go to another place, and you learn and you study, you start to learn who the people are around you. You learn them very well. You know who's strong from the students and who are weak from the students. Who's in the middle from the students and who are not from the middle. You learn these things. You figure out who the men are. Who are the rijal? You learn who the men are. The men are the ones who will stand on the truth even if they're by themselves. They didn't care about what everyone else said about them. They kept on striving and calling to Allah. So based on this relationship that we have, whether it's the 3 of us, 4 of us, whoever the case may be, our da'wah is calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the ilm. Knowledge, ikhwan wa akhawat, is what Allah said, what His Messenger said, and what the Sahaba agreed upon. And lastly, before I finish, I want to remind myself first of a hadith of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam, where he said, Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam, he said in an authentic hadith, يُجَابِ الرَّجُلِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَيُلْقَ فِي النَّارِ. There will be a man that will be brought forth on Yawm al-Qiyamah, and he'll be thrown into the fire. فَتَنْدَلَقْ أَقْتَابُهُ فِي النَّارِ. And his intestines will be spread out in the hellfire. His intestines. And he says, فَيَدُرُّ كَمَا يَدُرُّ الْحِمَارِ. And people will go around his intestines, and he'll be going around his intestines in a circle the same way donkeys would do it. Walking around in a circle. فَيَجْتَمِعُ أَهْلُ النَّارِ عَلَيْهِ. And so the people of the hellfire, they will gather around this person. The people of the hellfire, they will gather around this person. And when they gather around this person, they will say, فَيَقُولُونَ Ayu fulan, ma sha'nuk. They would say to this person, as he's walking in a circle, the people would gather around him while he's walking in a circle around his intestines. And they would say to this person, what happened to you? Ma sha'nuka, what happened to you? Alaysa kunta ta'murna bil ma'ruf wa tanhana 'anil munkar? He said, weren't you the person that would command us to do good and tell us to stay away from the evil? This is a man that's in the hellfire. He's walking around in a circle in the hellfire. And the people are going to come to him. And they're going to look at him and say, Ma sha'nuka, what is your affair? And he's going to say to them, they're the people, they're going to say to this man, didn't you command us to do good and prevent us from doing evil? And so the man will say to them, قَالَ كُنْتُ آمِرُكُمْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَلَا آتِي وَأَنْهَاكُمْ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَآتِي. He said, I used to command all of you to do the right thing, وَلَا آتِي, and I didn't do it myself. I used to prevent you guys from doing evil, prevent everyone from doing evil, but I would do the evil. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this issue of giving da'wah and calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a amana. It's a amana. And we have to be honest. We have to be trustworthy. We can't trick the people. We can't deceive them. Because at the end of the day, nas'alullah salamu wa afiyah, this could be any of us. This could be any person that gets on a microphone, even any of you. But what about ma bala shaksha takallam? What about the one that speaks about Allah's religion? Who's safe from that? You tell the people to do this, and you forget about yourself. At any event, we're going to stop with that small introduction. The first talk will be about Islamic inheritance, which I'll be doing, inshallah, within the next 5 minutes, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Then after that, Abu Sajid, he's going to talk about ikhtilaf al-ulama, how to understand differences of opinion among the scholars, as these are serious issues that plague our communities. People are walking around, they don't know right from wrong, so they're scared. And then after that, Mufti is going to talk about bid'ah. This is a very important topic that everyone who hasn't studied Islam seems to know all the answers to, and the people that studied Islam seem to be confused about. So these are going to be issues that need to be discussed. Need to be discussed in an academic way. Can we label mashes Ahlul Bid'ah? Is it a such thing? And if so, how? What are the rules and regulations? As we need to understand something in Islam, ikhwan, wa akhawat, brothers and sisters, our deen is predicated with rules and regulations. There's no such thing as somebody pop off the top of their head and make statements and they're not held accountable for it. We cannot make statements in our religion and not be held accountable for it. Our religion is just. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this deen just for all of us. Al-Zalim wal-Madlum. As for the one that oppresses and the one that's oppressed, it's just for all parties. So inshallah ta'ala, we're going to pause right now, and then we'll come back with the introduction into Islamic inheritance, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullahu khair. Any questions about the lecture series before we pause and come back? Huh? Tayyib. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.